Namaste. Welcome to our immersion into Shraddha Yoga Therapy, a practice where we heighten the awareness of the 12 main meridians of the body that feed into the 12 main organs that are recognized in Chinese medicine, and we integrate that into the asanas of traditional Hatha Yoga. So today we're going to be working with the metal element. And the metal element governs the channels that feed into your lungs and into your large intestine. The metal element governs the season of autumn, and each of the seasons have a certain energetic quality. The quality of this practice is the quality of letting go. So just like your lungs will breathe in oxygen and nutrient from the air available in this present moment, and then release any old toxic residue that the body doesn't need from the past in the form of carbon dioxide, your large intestine is the same. The large intestine will absorb the last of the water, the last of the nutrients from the food. It's the last part of your digestive tract. And then it releases what the body doesn't need as toxic waste, as feces. So this practice focuses energetically on that same quality of energy, of being fully available to this present moment to receive what the body needs, what's fully available for us, by letting go of old toxic residue from the past, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. So let's start by having a look at where the channels run in the body. So your lung channel, we can look at this together. The lung channel runs from the inside of the shoulder. So the inside of the shoulder on both sides, it's symmetrical, both sides of the body, but I'll show you just one. Lungs 1 and lungs 2 start on the inside of the shoulder, and then the channel runs along the upper arm and feeds into your thumb. There's a connection that feeds into the large intestine channel. That runs from your index finger, and it extends up the upper outside portion of your arm, feeds all the way up and across into the opposite side of your nostril. There's also an extension of this channel that we're going to work with today. So this extension feeds from this area of the shoulder, this is the extension of the large intestine, down the back outside of the hip, back outside of the buttock and thigh, and extends down the back outside of the leg and into the ball of the foot. And in my experience as a shiatsu practitioner, as well as a yoga therapist working with the meridians, working with this extension is really effective to get things moving in the colon. So let's start our practice of letting go. So we're going to begin by bringing our hands into fists. So we're going to wrap all 4 fingers around our thumbs, and you're going to squeeze your thumbs tightly, remembering the thumbs connects to the lung organ via the lung channel. We're going to take a deep breath into the body and hold that breath in without exhaling. Nice, big, deep breath in. Holding that breath, we start to pound the lungs. So we're just starting to invigorate chi flow and blood flow through the whole lung organ. So we begin right up in the upper chest, and then we extend that down into the lower rib cage. So finding the whole area, the whole expansion of the chest, not yet breathing out. And then as we exhale, chin to the chest and let that go. We're going to do that one more time. Nice big deep breath in, arms rise up. Squeeze your thumbs, hold that breath and start to pound all over the chest. See if you can get right up into those corners in front of the shoulders. Stimulating acupoints, lungs 1 and lungs 2, and then we come down into the base of the lungs. So when we short, shallow breathe, this area of the body gets ignored. We want to move that old stagnant breath in the base of the lungs. And then exhale and release that. Great, let's come onto our hands and our knees now. So the hands come underneath your shoulders and the knees come underneath the hips. From this position, we start to open the front and the back of the chest. Our inhalation lengthens the chest forward, pubic bone back, look to the ceiling. And our exhalation starts to round the spine, lift the belly and arch the back. Inhale, feel the heart expanding, lungs filling with the breath. And our exhale, round the spine, arch the back. Good, close your eyes and continue. When your eyes are closed, follow the rhythm of your own breath. With our eyes closed, there's a tendency for our awareness to be more embodied. And the more that we can feel in this particular practice, the more we're empowered by a direct experience of the movement of energy in the channels. Let's take one last breath in both directions. And then we're going to release. Come back to a neutral spine and sit your buttocks down on your heels. You're going to spread your knees to about mat distance apart And make sure you haven't overlapped your big toes. So you're sitting on the ankles and feet are side by side. We're going to start to open lung channel. Remember, it runs from the thumb all the way into the chest. We're going to bring our left hand to rest on our left ankle. And when we inhale, we're going to lift all the way up. Come up onto your knees, stretch your right thumb into the far right corner and arch your back. When you exhale, come all the way down. Right hand comes to the right heel. Inhale, take that left hand up and arch that left thumb all the way back. And then exhale, coming all the way down. 2 more times slowly. Inhalation, lift and expand, reach through the thumb, open the chest. Exhale all the way down. And a little bit faster. Inhalation, lengthen, and exhale all the way down. So we start to speed that up now. Inhale, big full breaths, and exhale all the way down. Inhale, more chi into the chest with a deeper breath each time. Exhale down. Inhale, and then exhale, lower. Last time. Inhale, lift, and exhale all the way down. Great. Let's bring our knees together and close your eyes and just take a moment to feel. So again, we want to embody into a direct experience. Shraddha Yoga Therapy means faith through direct experience. See if you can feel the energy running from your thumbs directly into your chest. Good. This is vitality, lung chi. So now gently open your eyes and we're going to change the posture slightly. We're going to separate our knees and our feet to hip distance apart. And then we're going to sit down on our heels. This time we're going to open the large intestine channel. Remember that runs from your index finger up the upper outside of your arm. So the way we access that, using your right hand, you're going to extend your index finger and turn your palm to the outer edge of your mat, to the right side. Good, now rest that left hand back on your left heel. As you inhale, come all the way up, twisting the palm outwards, extend the index finger to the back wall. Exhale, come down slowly. Change sides, right hand to right heel. Inhale, twist the palm to the outer edge. Extend through the index finger and exhale all the way down. 2 more times slowly. Inhale, lift. Extend and reach a little further each time and exhale, lower. And then again, inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, lower. A little bit faster. As we inhale, we lift. As we exhale, we drop. Inhale, lengthen through the index finger, further to the back wall. And then drop. Last 2 times. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. We come to rest. We close the eyes, hands resting by the sides, and take a moment just to feel. See if you can feel sensations running from the index finger through the upper outer arm and feeding all the way up the arms, up the side of the throat and into the face. Large intestine channel. Great. Let's gently open the eyes now. We come onto our hands and our knees. We're going to cross our feet at the ankles, sit behind the feet, and lengthen the legs all the way in front. We take the flesh of our buttocks back, and then we're going to bend the right knee and bring the hand to the outside of the right ankle. Roll your shoulders down and back so your heart is lifted nice and high. And we're going to soften up this right hip joint. Our inhalation takes that right foot forward and up, and our exhale brings it in and down. So we might start with a small circle there, following the rhythm of your breath. And as the joint starts to oil and warm up, those circles can get a little bit bigger. Good, 1 last time. Great, now take that right foot and place it in your left elbow crease. Your right knee rests in your right elbow crease and we interlace all 10 fingers. Lift that knee and leg nice and high, and when you exhale, draw that foot in a little closer so you can feel the back outside of the leg. We're going to start to open the extension of large intestine channel. So from here, we take a nice deep breath in, and when we exhale, we take that leg out wide, feeling the opening of the inner hip. Exhale back through the center, and then over to the other side. So now you're feeling the outer hip. We're starting to open large intestine channel. Back through the center line, and then over to the right, and you can go a little wider each time. And then come back through the center and all the way across the body. Inhale. Exhale out wide. Last time. And then all the way across. Great. We're going to place that foot now at the top of the knee. So the foot just dangles off the side of the thigh. And then from that position, place your hands behind you, fingertips facing backwards. You're going to bend that left leg and place the foot about 1 foot's distance from your left sit bone. Now from this position, we're going to lift the chest up nice and high and start to walk your fingertips in towards your body. As you do so, you're going to start to feel that opening of the back outside of that right hip. Now press down into your hands, lift your chest, lengthen your chin forward, and as you exhale, slowly lower your chin towards your shin. Now it doesn't matter how close you get. All that matters is that you're starting to feel that direct opening in the back outside of your hip. So from this position, each inhalation, there's a lift up through the heart center. And every exhalation, the heart and the chin comes a little further forward and a little closer to the leg. Keep your shoulders relaxed, keep your jaw relaxed. Keep your breath slow, steady, and even. And just so let's take one full deep breath into that right hip. Then when we exhale, we're going to release. We're going to extend that left leg all the way along the mat. And then from here, our arms come either side of the body. The shoulders are going to roll down and back. The heart lifts out of the navel. And maintaining the length of the front body, we pour the heart forward. Now you're going to flex that left foot so the little toe is drawing back. Bring your hands where they're comfortable in front of the body, not necessarily reaching for anything. Allow the reach to come from the center of the chest. The inhalation lifts and lengthens, and the exhalation pours you forward. Now the hands may eventually rest at either the shin or the ankle or the foot. Find a position where your shoulders can still roll back and your heart is lengthening up and out of your belly. You can relax the back of the neck and close your eyes and take a moment to really feel. So you want to have a sense of feeling that extension right up the back outside of that left leg and feeding right into the buttock, the hip, and the outer thigh. So these practices for the large intestine are wonderful if you're experiencing any direct symptoms like constipation or diarrhea, or here in Bali we experience Bali belly. So this is a great way to help to cleanse and optimize the function of the colon. We're going to rest here for a few more breaths. Have a sense of each exhalation dropping the body a little deeper into the shape. Inhalation fills the body with prana, and exhalation, we're letting go. Let's take one last breath here. And when then you exhale, gently round up. And we're going to repeat that sequence on the other side. So you're going to lengthen your right leg, bend your left knee, and the hand comes underneath the ankle. As we inhale, we bring that ankle forward and up. And as we exhale, we roll it in and down. And just bring all of your attention into feeling that left hip joint. Just notice if it's feeling a little tight and creaky today. Is it fluid or is it resistant? And without any judgment or any preference, just feeling into your hip. Good, let's place that foot in the opposite elbow crease, the knee into the right elbow crease, and interlace all 10 fingers. Sit up nice and tall. The inhale brings the foot a little higher, and the exhale brings the foot a little closer until we can access that outer hip and thigh. Take a breath in. When you exhale, take the leg out wide, opening the inner hip. Inhale back to the center. And when you exhale, take that leg across the body so you can feel large intestine channel. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale out wide, a little deeper each time. Inhale, center. And then exhale, across. Good. Let's take one more time each side. Inhale. Exhale, wide. Inhale back through the center and exhale all the way across. Great. And then release. Place that foot so it just dangles off the top of that right knee, and bring your hands behind you, fingertips facing backwards. You're going to bend that right leg. The foot is about a foot's distance away from the sit bone. And then we drop the shoulders down from the ears, lift the chest, and start to walk your body closer towards your thigh. When you feel that point of resistance, hang out there for a moment. Your inhalation lifts the chest. Your exhale pulls your chin forward, your chest forward, and lowers the chin to the shin. Good. Stay as you are, and again, drop all of your consciousness, all of your awareness into that left hip. When you inhale, have a sense of breathing into the left hip, pouring prana and vitality, and when you exhale, have a sense of softening, releasing, letting go. So the inhalations bring vitality into the posture, and the exhalations help to empty any tension, to unobstruct the channel and allow the chi to flow. Let's stay here for just a few more breaths. And then we release. We're going to come out of the shape, lengthening the right leg in front. Hands come by your sides. Roll your shoulders down and back. Inhalation, lift the chest. And exhale, like a string was being extended out of your heart and pouring you forward. Bring your hands where they're comfortable in front without reaching. Inhale, lengthen from the center of the chest. And exhale, pour the chest forward. Good. Keep drawing back on the little toe side of that right foot. Hands can rest at the shin, ankle, or foot, wherever's comfortable. But keep rolling those shoulders back. The heart lengthening is going to allow that deep stretch down the back outside of that right leg, hip, and thigh. You can relax the back of your neck, close your eyes so your awareness is embodied, and start to really feel this moment. So in our practice, often we can go through the mechanics of a posture. But rather than just being in automation, we want all of our awareness to be fully present. The more present you are, the more you'll begin to detect more subtle energy. And the more that you can feel the subtle energy in the shapes, the more that you'll be able to direct it, move with it, and be empowered in your practice. Let's stay here for just one last full deep breath. And then as you release that, slowly come up and out of the shape. So we're going to come up to standing now. So let's move through a vinyasa. We're going to cross our legs at the ankles and bring our hands to the top of the mat. And then walk your feet to the back of the mat, and let's lift for a transition through a downward facing dog. From this position, look forward, step your feet to the top of the mat. Bend your knees here quite deep and round up very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, so you're massaging out the spine. Good, now bring your hands to your heart. We're going to salute the sun. So big toes touching, ankles slightly apart. As you inhale, lift up through your fingertips. Press down through your feet. And when you exhale, slowly lengthening the heart out of the belly, pouring forward. Hands either side of the feet and forward fold. Inhalation, lengthen the heart out of the belly, long spine. One slow, long exhalation brings you back through plank. And then gently lower through chaturanga, or bring your knees and chest to the mat. Inhalation, lift. Expand the chest, vitalizing the lungs. And when you exhale, lift up through the buttocks, press down through the heels. From here, we're going to turn our right foot 45 degrees, lunge our left foot to the top of the mat between the hands. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way to stand. So with the hands on the hips, we're just going to slide that back foot in slightly. So your right big toe is facing front right corner of the mat, and this allows you to turn your hips to be square to the front of your mat. That front leg stays straight, and we're going to bring our hands into reverse prayer. So palms are facing upwards if that's available. If that's not available, you can turn your fingertips to be facing downwards. And if that's still not available, you can just hold your elbows or hold your wrists. Now from this position, roll your shoulders down and back. As you inhale, expand your chest, lift your throat. And when you exhale, pour forward. Now halfway, you're going to pause, parallel to the mat. Take your left hip and your left shoulder back. So you align your heart over your kneecap. And when you exhale, fold forward. You can relax the back of your neck. So your drishti is either the top of your foot or your shin. And you're really firmly pressing into this left heel. Now, as the left heel presses down into the floor, you're going to slide that left hip back. So you're going to really feel that down the back outside of that left leg. Down the back outside of your left leg is an extension of the lung channel. Good. Now, at the same time, squeeze your shoulder blades together so your chest, nice, is wide open. And keeping the lungs expanded, you're pouring a little deeper. We're going to stay here for just a few more breaths. Every inhale, there's a lengthening, like a wave coming out of your belly and into your chest. And the exhale pours that wave over that left thigh. Let's take one last breath in. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, come into the fullest extent of the posture available for you today. Then bend your left knee, press into your left foot, and come to stand. So we're going to return our hands to our hips, and we're going to slide that right leg back a little, preparing for reverse trikonasana. Right big toe still facing front right corner. Left hand stays on the left hip and right hand lifts up to the ceiling. Your armpit turns into the chest and the inhalation lifts your right hand towards the ceiling. Exhale begins to pour you forward. Halfway down, we're going to pause. Now this left hand draws the left hip back. As the left hip slides back, press that left big toe firmly into the floor. Then we begin to twist, right rib under, left rib rolls back, and bring your hand to the outside of the foot. You can either bring your hand to the floor or you can bring your hand to a block. Now what's important here is we want to open this outer left hip, large intestine channel. So we're going to ground that right big toe firmly into the floor. This is going to keep you balanced. And use that left hand to draw that left hip back. Beautiful. Now to maintain balance in that, you're going to squeeze your sit bones together, drawing your inner thighs together. Then you can extend this left hand straight up to the ceiling. What's important here is this length between the left armpit and the left hip. So keep pressing that diagonal line, big toe into the floor, and draw that left hip back. That's going to get that nice opening right up the outer left thigh, left buttock, left hip, the large intestine channel. Let's take one more breath here. Nice, deep, full breath in. And then when we exhale, look down to the ground. Bring the hands to the hips and come to stand. Good, let's do that on the other side. We're going to step the right foot forward and then we're going to step the left foot back. If you're using a block, you can place your block on the other side of your mat now. Left big toe is facing front left corner. Adjust your hips to square to the front of the mat. So we begin this posture with our hands at the back of the heart. Hands in prayer position. Roll your shoulders down and back and lift your chest. Expand your chin. And when you exhale, pour forward, keeping the chest wide open. Halfway down to the mat, you're going to pause. That right shoulder, right hip draws back. Align the heart over the kneecap. And then exhale, pour your belly over your thigh. Relax the back of your neck. The head faces either the top of the foot. If you're quite flexible, your head will be facing your shin. Now we want to connect into that channel so that right heel is pressing into the mat and that right hip is drawing back, and you'll feel that right down the back outside of the leg. Good. Keep the lungs wide open, chest expanding, wide open. Beautiful. And breathe. Remember, every inhalation, breathe consciously into the chest. The heart lifts and expands, and every exhale, you're pouring forward. Let's take one last breath here. Come into the full extent of your posture. And as we release, we bend that front knee, press into the foot, and we come to stand. So let's take reverse trikonasana, hands on your hips, and step that left foot slightly back. Square your hips to the front of the mat, and inhale, left hand lifts up to the ceiling. Good. Exhale, begin to pour forward, and halfway down, you're going to pause. You're going to use this right hand on the right hip to draw the right hip back. Now from here, we start to twist. Right rib back, left rib under, and bring your hand to the outside of the foot. Now keep your right hand on that right hip and lengthen that hip bone out of the armpit. When you have that, squeeze the inner thighs together, then take that right hand up to the ceiling. Good. So remember, what we're really going for here is to get plenty of length and space right up this outer hip, outer buttock, outer thigh. So we want to keep pressing that right big toe into the floor and lengthening that right side body. Really nice. There's a twist, right ribs rolling back, left ribs rolling under. And for balance, we squeeze those inner thighs together. Beautiful. Make sure you're breathing. Slow, deep, full breaths. Each exhalation, twist that little bit deeper. This is your last breath. And then release. From this position, hands to the floor, step back so you're in plank position, and then draw your buttocks back into transitioning through a downward facing dog. We're going to take our right foot up to the ceiling, and then we bring our right knee all the way forward into pigeon pose. Slide your left foot back. Now, if your hip's feeling a little tight today, you want to keep that foot in nice and close to the groin. If you feel like there's more space available, you can take that foot a little further away. Now, from here, you want to draw your left hip forward, your right hip back, so you're square on your mat. Then we're going to interlace all 10 fingers at the base of the spine. So your index fingers and your thumbs are going to extend. This is your large intestine channel index fingers, thumbs in their thumbs is your lungs. Roll your shoulders down and back, and then lengthen fingertips towards the floor. Have a sense of that left hip drawing forward. So in this posture, we get to activate lungs and large intestine simultaneously, opening the channel in that outer right hip that feeds into the colon, and the channels in the arms and the lungs. Good. Close your eyes and feel your body as you inhale. Breathe into your chest. Feel the chest expand and fill with vitality. When you exhale, deepen a little bit into the shape. Let's take one last breath here. And then release. We're going to bring that right hand to the floor, and we're going to bend this back leg. Lifting that left foot, reach your hand around to see if you can find the foot today. And you're going to tune in with your own body. I don't want you to force or pull. So from this position, you're just gently encouraging your foot towards the buttocks. If it just wants to move a centimeter or two today, that's perfect for you. Now, if it's available, you can place that left foot in the crease of your left elbow. When you have that, you can either stay as you are, or the full posture is to raise your right arm, bend your right elbow, and interlace your fingertips. Good. You want to draw that left hip forward and the right hip back. Now, you can either come into the full posture, lifting the chest, breathing from the hips all the way up into the chest. Or if you're resting in a modification, that right hand on the floor, left hip drawing forward. Breathe from the belly into the chest, full deep conscious breaths. And when you exhale, sinking that little bit deeper into the posture. So no matter what version of the asana you're in, it's the perfect asana for you. This practice is not about contorting yourself into dangerous positions that are fueled from the ego mind. It's about really developing a relationship with your body, listening to your body and finding shapes that unobstruct the energy in your particular shape. So we want the body to be relaxed, shoulders soft, jaw relaxed. One last breath. And then when we exhale, we release that right hand to the floor. We release the left hand and the left foot to the floor, and we transition back into a downward facing dog. We're going to come into the opposite side now. So that opposite foot is going to come up to the ceiling. We're going to bring the left foot straight up, and then we're going to bring the left foot all the way through. Now, one hip might be very different to the other. So you want to feel if the foot needs to be closer or further away. Now, from this position, roll that right hip forward, interlace all 10 fingers behind the spine, extend index fingers and thumbs. Roll your shoulders down and back. When you inhale, lift and lengthen. When you exhale, have a feeling of drawing those fingertips towards the mat. And rest here for a few breaths. Close the eyes so you can embody your awareness. Drop all of your attention into the fullness of the present moment. One last breath. And then release. We're going to complete our practice bringing that left hand to the floor, drawing that right hand to the right foot. Encourage that foot gently towards the buttock. If it's available, rest your foot in your elbow crease. And if the full posture is available in this moment, bring your hands to interlace. That right hip is drawing forward. Inhalation, lift your chest. And let's come into our last few breaths of the practice. Conscious, present moment awareness, feeling the expansion from the belly all the way into the lungs. Every exhale, softening and dropping that right hip closer to the floor. Beautiful. One last breath. And then when you release that, bring that left hand down. Bring your right hand to your right thigh and swing that leg around. Both hands together, and we're going to come down to rest in Shavasana. Hands either side of your thighs. Legs lengthen, palms rest open. Close the eyes. In our Shavasana, there's an integration of the practice. So for the last hour and a half, we've been working purposefully, moving energy through the channels. And here in Shavasana, we get that time for that to integrate and assimilate through your body, through your mind, through your emotional body and your energy body. So allow your whole body to let go.